Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Joy family. I've taken a break for a long time. As you can tell, my hair's grown out a lot. But, hi. I hope you're all well and looking after each other all in this lockdown and taking all precautions into hand. But right now, I'm not going to beat around the bush. This week is Mental Health Awareness Week. And one of my friends that I've made recently has made me realise how important I can be to others with mental health, as well I live on a main road, don't hate me for it. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, one of my friends, chatting to him, he's really opened my eyes again, because this week I didn't even realise it was Mental Health Week until he said, and it hit me hard. It really hit me hard today. And I have struggled so much to get through today. Like, I've been working on myself for so long, and I haven't realised how far I've come until I look back at the pictures from when I was very ill and poorly in hospital. And my best friends were there holding my hands, teaching me how to walk again. And then I look at me now and I can run. I can do star jumps. I can skip. I can go on hikes. I can do anything. If you believe in yourself, you can really do anything. So I'm going to open up to you. What I went through, I don't want any of you to go through. And I had the best friends supporting me through it all the time. And it's still hard for me to talk about it. And I've just found a hair grip in my hair. How sad is that? Look. But, yeah, what I went through. I had a mental breakdown at the beginning of this year. Well, end of last year into the beginning of this year. I went into a kind of rehab home because I took my life into my own hands. I started running away. I started forgetting who everyone was. I was scared of everyone. It didn't help that I was in a toxic relationship, and I didn't realise then. But I've realised now. And I got out of it. Later than I should have, but I'm out of it. And I want to tell you all this. So just stick with me, okay? And bear with me through the hardened stuff of it. It's very hard for me. But I want to get this message out there. So, December, I was in hospital due to my epilepsy, having seizures uncontrollably. Then I got released from hospital, or discharged if you want to say, from hospital, a day before Christmas Eve. So I was at home for Christmas and New Year's, and I thought, that's it, I'm better, yay, okay, click. And my mind I was ignoring what my head was trying to tell me. I was ignoring my body. I was ignoring it. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing can stop me. They've let me go from that hospital. Nothing can stop me. Don't ever let yourself do that, because that's what I did, and it was my biggest regret. And I can't thank the NHS enough for how they helped me for the rest of this story. So I celebrated New Year's following Christmas. Then New Year's, weeks and weeks after that, I started going mental. Started running away. Ended up back in hospital due to seizures, due to my stress, as I do have epilepsy, and I suffer from fibromyalgia, which is a invisible disease which causes so much pain to the body and anguish and stress. And what I was doing to my body, then mentally, I wasn't taking care of myself. And everyone expects you to be an adult at this point. When you're in your 20s, you think, oh, I'm an adult. But no, you're allowed to have these things happen. It's natural, please. It's natural to have these things happen. I know people, I won't name them, but I know people that this has happened to. So I started going mental, started running out of my house, running away from people. I had a meeting at the hospital. It was dark. Not the meeting, I mean it was dark outside, sorry. Ooh. But it was for my mental health. And I ran out of the hospital on a freezing cold night. I didn't have my memory. I had no idea where I was. I ran away. Emergency services were looking for me. My mum had phoned the police. She was with me in the meeting, but she couldn't stop me. She couldn't grab me in time to stop me from running away. And of all places, like, considering I didn't have any memory at that point due to my seizures, I'll explain that in a minute, having no memory. But due to having no memory, I somehow wound up at my Three Musketeers, their house. They're like my brother and sister. They're so close to me. And we just call ourselves the Three Musketeers, because it's just us three. And their mum, and they're just my second family. Well, third. I've got endless families after this. It's everybody. You don't realise how much people care about you until you do a stupid thing in your life. Can I just state that right now? So don't do it, because loads of people care about you, okay? Spread the love. As it is Mental Health Awareness Week. Now, the reason I lost my memory, I was in hospital. Again. Yes, it became like my second home. But this was due to my epilepsy again, sadly. I had stressed my body so much that I was having non-epileptic seizures as well as epileptic seizures, which they don't like to call it, but they can refer to as pseudo-seizures. They have all the same elements as a normal seizure. Sorry, that's the main road. All the same elements as a normal seizure. You wouldn't be able to tell if you were a normal person, if it's a real seizure or if it wasn't. That's why I ended up in hospital. I even tried to kill myself in hospital, took my life into my own hands. And I hurt myself in hospital. And none of the nurses knew about this, or doctors, until I told them months and months later. I was in the darkest place of my life because I had lost my memory. It was like black dots, trying to fill in the black dots. And it was terrifying. And I lost my memory because I thought I was getting better in hospital. My seizures under control, you know. But sadly, I got up, getting ready for bed in hospital, you know, the casual thing you do. Went to the bathroom to brush my teeth, and the next thing I know and remember now is waking up on the floor and the door's locked and not knowing anything. I was lucky enough that I'd fallen not close enough to the toilet to hit my head on the toilet, but I whacked my head on the floor, right there, bottom of my head, and my whole spine hurt. I couldn't move. That night was the most painful night I can ever remember. I was screaming the ward down. They had to send me for a CT scan, an X-ray, to make sure that I haven't broken anything. It was awful. I hadn't. Thank the Lord, I hadn't. And that's the one good thing about that night. I hadn't broken anything, so I wasn't paralysed or anything, as I was still young. Well, still 21. But from banging my head, I lost my memory. Didn't know who anyone was. I didn't know where I was, which scared me even more. I only remembered one person's name. I'm not going to say her name. All I'm going to do is show this. You'll know who you are. And I love you, girl. So the nurse took my phone, scrolled through my phone, and called that person, explained what had happened. My friend, who the only person's name I could remember, was trying to hold it all together on the other end of the phone. And there's me being manic on the other end. Just going, where am I? What's happened? I can only remember your name. They're asking me who my mum is. I was asking, what is a mum? What's mum? What's my brother? What's a brother? Where am I? I don't understand anything. I couldn't remember anything. But over time, people came to visit me in that hospital, and I would be terrified because I knew deep down that I knew them. And I felt ashamed that I couldn't remember them when they walked in and say, "Oh, hello, thank you for coming to visit me." But I had to sit there for about an hour with them in front of me and me just glaring at them, staring at them, analysing them, trying to figure out who they are and what they are in my life, and them bringing me little clues like my brother brought a bracelet, a little trinket that I bought him that I had engraved, and that's the only way I remembered him. And I broke down crying hard. But I got my memory back, and that's the main thing. And it's still slowly coming back even today, and that was months ago. So that's that part caught up. Now, serious stuff. I got very, very, very depressed and anxious and low. That I took my life into my own hands, and if it wasn't for our amazing NHS services or just rescue services, full stop, policemen and everything, that I want to thank so much, and I'm going to find the people who found me and brought me into hospital, because I really want to thank them personally. But obviously I will have to wait until this whole COVID-19, this whole isolation period is over. So thank you to them. I took my life into my own hands one day. Didn't want to be here anymore. So I overdosed on my own medication, my epilepsy medication. I didn't tell anyone I did it. Again, the same as before. Then I was stupid. I went round to my neighbours. Did something I shouldn't have around there. They thought I was fine until I stood up and I fell over, nearly crushing their dogs, tumbling out of the shed, trying to walk and act normal. And they ended up having me over their shoulders, walking me back round to mine. How embarrassing is that? And my mum grabbed me and pulled me in because I couldn't stand up straight. And I fell to the floor. My mum, so they went off. My mum is my rock. My mum is Superwoman. My mum is an angel. She is amazing. And I love her. But at that point in my life, I didn't care. I didn't want anything. Didn't care for nothing. and I couldn't see or hear anything that people were trying to tell me, and I couldn't understand why they wanted to help me. I didn't want them to. I didn't want the help. So my mum was grabbing onto me physically as hard as she could to stop me from running away. It didn't work. I ran out, living on this main road. I ran out in my pyjamas and everything. And I don't know where I went. I ended up in a marsh, of all places. I know I wanted to go to the beach, but I ended up in a marsh. But I was trying to act normally, running up the hill of my main road. I know I fell down some steps. I fell over, whacked my head on the pavement. I grazed my arms. I fell over in the marsh. I somehow contacted my musketeers and told them what happened. And all of a sudden, these paramedics from the ambulance service just appeared where I was. Sorry for background noise again. Okay. Along with policemen. And they helped me, but I tried to run away from them. It's quite funny. I ran away. It's like a little Cinderella story, but a really bad version. Ran away, lost one shoe in the marsh, and face planted. Not the best way to do anything at all. So I decided to take my shoes off, and these lovely paramedics helped me back and up to the ambulance, and I was very, very, very reluctant to get into the ambulance. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But for some reason I got in there because I asked a policeman to come with me. I was like, will you come with me? I just trust you. I'll only go if you come with me. And bless him, he did. And he was bursting for the loo, the poor man. When we got to the hospital, he was like, I will be right back. I just need to go to the toilet. And I just thought that he was absolutely brilliant. So I say a huge thank you to him. He brightened my day up when I was at my lowest. But the most remarkable part was that when I somehow got to the ambulance, my musketeers were there. My brother and my sister, like my really good friends, they were there. And they live a good long way away from me. But they had somehow got here to come with me up to the hospital. So I had the policeman, one of my musketeers with me, and an ambulance crew member, as well as the ambulance driver, all in this ambulance. It was crazy. I was like, what's going on? And I look back and laugh at it, and I think, what was I doing? What was I doing, and why did I do it? But it obviously needed to happen for some reason, because I would not be where I am today with all the counselling and everything I went through, battling it all. Because battling it all in that hospital, I was in hospital for over 3 weeks. And let me tell you, it was horrible. I was hearing things, I was seeing things. I was attached to heart monitors. I shouldn't be here. But for some reason, I am. And I'm here for a purpose. So I am preaching you my story. I really want you to listen. And listen good. Don't do what I did. But just know, if something does happen like that, you can and do fight back through it, okay? Because I lost my memory. I got it back. In hospital for 3 weeks, I lost my sight. I got it back. I lost the ability to walk. I got it back. You have to find that strength within you. And I had an extra bit of strength thanks to my Christianity. And even more strength due to my friends that came to visit me every single day. Even when I told them not to, they'd be there. Because I just wanted to be alone. They went, nope. And they just turned up. And I love them for it. Can I just shout out Super Frog? Don't worry to the people who don't understand that. It's fine. But we all have weaknesses. Everybody does. Especially now. People are struggling and they will deny it. They will hide it. They will be being strong for other people rather than themselves. So just be a musketeer and be there for them. Give them a call. Give them a hug. Wait, no, don't do that. We can't. But just tell them you love them and that you're grateful for them in your life. And if someone is suffering, like I was, and making a big drama scene out of it, it's not for the drama that it happens. It's really not. Listen to them. Be that ear that they can call to and talk to. Because you could help someone in the right direction. And that's what I strive to do. So, I'm going to round this off because it's a very long video of me just talking. And if you stuck through it this long, then I praise you, thank you for sticking with me through all of this and listening to my journey. And I will round it off with my positives right now. You stay strong because I have. You allow yourself to have those down days. Today was one of my weakest days. And I just had to allow myself to feel that way. I took a long sleep, sang to some songs, did a random dance to a song, felt a bit better. Do whatever you need to make yourself feel worthy and strong. Okay? Because you are worthy, you're strong, you're beautiful inside and out. Everybody is worth a chance in their life. And I have been blessed with a second chance. So I'm not going to mess it about by keeping stum and quiet. That's why I love this book. I like to read it every morning, where it's got quotes, just anything. And it's just helps you, if you're worrying, to quit worrying. So, for making a new friend, it's got a lovely paragraph. And it ends it up and summarises it in: friends help you cope with the ups and downs of life. Okay? So, they are very important to have. Don't shut them out, don't push them away. That's the quote of my day. And if you're wondering what that book is, it's called 100 Small Ways to Quit Worrying by Oliver Luke Delavore. Okay? Less to read and more to think about. But I'm not here to promote that book. I'm here to make you aware about the mental illnesses that people hide from you and their families and everyone, and that we lose too many people to mental illnesses. I nearly lost myself to it. But my positives: I changed my diet, and I tell you what, I haven't had a seizure in weeks, or any fibromyalgia pain in weeks, since I've started this new diet. And I'm so thankful for that. And I'm getting so much stronger now. I've finally got muscle on me, and nothing's going to stop me from getting further in my life. I'm making new friends. I'm slowly getting more and more confident. And I just love where I am in life right now. I'm myself, and I'm proud of it. I realise how much all the really small things, even the wind just going through your hair, how amazing that feels. And the tiniest things, just the smallest things you can think of. Looking at wildlife, looking at a leaf, looking at the wind just move the grass slightly. How eye-opening that is. Life is beautiful and wonderful and worth living. So mental health awareness. Give someone a call. Don't waste your life. Don't risk your life. Make the most of your life. Live it to its best. And put joy in it. Like I am now. So I've shared my story with you. I'd love to hear any feedback, stories from you guys. And if you have any questions for me, I'm an open book. I am here to help if you want someone to talk to. Okay? Thank you for sticking with me through this. Thank you. Bye guys. Love you lots.